Sup gang, is this the metaverse? Because I've got a super meta video to share with you today, and I'm sorry for that terrible joke. I'm gonna jump straight in. So I was trying out a new process where I keep all of my post ideas for producing Paradise on the notes, using the note storage on my phone. And because I've got this hooked up to the iCloud account on my computer, it will seamlessly save between the two. So like that was cool on its own, but I wanted to just show you how I'm then sort of managing the process from that into Notion, because Notion is my source of truth. It's got a lot more metadata about each post. It's got maybe more than it needs. But that's where I like to keep everything. I don't want to have everything in two different systems. It's like the iPhone list is just the holding bay. So if I'm out and about, or I don't know, lying in bed, can't sleep, and I put some ideas for posts and just some like rough notes into the iPhone, this is how I was about to transfer it across. And I was like, oh, this could be helpful to somebody. So I hope it is. Otherwise, I apologize. So this is what the list looks like. I've got some like pinned reminders of like, what am I actually trying to do here? And what are some quick TikToks I could film if I was feeling that way inclined, which I am not today. And yeah, so on one side of my screen, I'm using the SizeUp app to do the quick screen splitting, which I think I've talked about before, but maybe there will be a separate piece to come about that. You can basically set up different shortcuts and then put things wherever you want. It's super cool. Anyway, I digress. Wow. So I've got the notes on the left and my dashboard on the right. My dashboard has changed a little bit. I've just reorganized it because I found the posts to write list was getting the longest. And so what I want to do in this case, I actually want to hop into the page to get into the master list of post ideas. So what can happen sometimes is I'll have an idea, I'll put it in the phone, and then I'll hop over to Notion and see, oh, I already had that idea before and just forgot about it. So I use a little search to say like napkin plan. And if that one's not there, I'll say, great, time to add how to write a napkin plan. I'll pop in my post status. It's just a future post idea. It's for me, and the rest can be filled out another day. So now it's captured over there. I can delete it from the notes and continue. So yeah, that's how I do it, to clear all of the post ideas from the phone and into Notion. And then I do have, if I ever want to refer to the Notion master list from the phone, I also have the Notion app. The reason that I choose to use just the Notes app is that it's much lower friction to get in and just jot stuff down. The Notion app has a bit more bulkiness to the way you add tasks or cards. So I totally could just add them straight into Notion, but I kind of just prefer the Notes app as a lo-fi way to like write really unstructured stuff and then use this transfer process to think about what the structure is going to look like on the postcard. I guess the only last piece of the puzzle that I might show you for today is how the dashboard is looking. So I don't have any tasks that are not blog writing today. So I've got nothing that I've set due today. I've got this list of posts to write that are in progress and next in line to draft. So if I'm feeling inspired, I could come here and see, you know, is there one of these I want to pick from, or I can dive into that longer future post ideas if I feel like I'm not inspired by anything on this list. And then I've sort of changed the way this timeline works so that it blends the TikTok and the YouTube videos. I used to just have one and then the other, and I thought it's actually more useful for me to just see progress of like what I've been posting to which channel. And this is all just a little bit of an experiment just to see, you know. So I want to show network. Yeah, so this is all just a bit of an experiment to sort of play around with how I'm using the tools for this project. But yeah, I've changed this so that I can now see what I've been doing on which platform, my posts to write, my dashboard kind of keeps me focused rather than seeing everything all at once. And that's how I do the transfer process as of today from the Notes app into the Notion system. I hope it's helpful to someone, and if you spy any post draft there that you think actually you'd really Love to know what that's all about. Get that post up and running. Let me know and I'll do it next, maybe. So this is like the bonus scene on the DVD when you finish the movie and then you're like, I wish there was more, and there is more. You know, when Netflix used to send you envelopes in the post. Anyway, so I finished transferring everything from the Notes app in iCloud on the computer into Notion. I deleted the notes as I was going, so it was nice and clean on the computer. And I just did a quick test to see now what it looks like when I log into Notes on my phone. And sure enough, it did take a few minutes to like sync up the two systems. I had to like close the app and open it again, but finally now it's just my reference docs and all those posts are gone, safely tucked away. The process works. I think I'll keep using it. And it would be remiss of me not to mention that YouTube announced they're setting up handles, and if you have a custom URL for your channel, then you automatically get your handle. But unfortunately we do not, because we only at last count had 39 subscribers and we need 100. If this video was of any interest at all and you might be, you know, curious enough to follow along even just for a little while, we'd really appreciate any subscribers so that we can actually claim our name, that no one else tries to steal our thunder, because we think it's a good name and we would like to own it. So yeah, subscribe if you want other kind of nerdy tips about how to manage your digital work life or digital life admin, and hopefully there'll be some more stuff you like. If you made it to the end of this video, I'm sure you'll like the others too. Okay, thanks, bye.